All right, next up is a whole bunch of lower body band exercises. So we're doing this because, like I mentioned in part 1 of the video, the upper body version, is that a lot of people have been downloading our free full body workouts online, which is friggin' awesome, and we love that we're helping so many people. But at the same time, we've had some questions on what if you have an injury in your upper body and all you can do is your lower body, and vice versa. And that's super important, and that's a main reason why we are a personal training gym and we focus more on one-on-one. Even our only classes that we do are small group training, 4 or 5 people max. That's so we can still program individually or tweak the program to each individual properly, so you get the best results, you get the best bang for your buck, and it's individualized to your goals and to what your body can handle. Again, there might even be some lower body exercises that don't feel super comfortable, and it's all because it's form-based. So I'm going to be doing these quickly, but also spitting out the most important parts of form, okay? So I like to do an overhead squat like this, so make sure you're sitting the butt back, get a full range of motion. This doesn't happen with everyone, but with a lot of people, they tend to be a little more quad dominant and go like this, and they might not feel the exercise that much. They'll feel it in their quads, but it won't be super hard, and it also tends to irritate your knee. If you have bad knees, resting all your weight on those knees forward is no bueno. You want to push the hips backwards, alleviating tension forward or anteriorly, and it's going to pull everything a little posteriorly, so you get more work in the hamstrings, glutes, and still a little bit of the quads. Overhead squat. Take a stance of whatever you want. Personally, I know from experience and testing that I have a little bit wider than shoulder width feet and toes pointed a little bit outwards. Wherever your toes are, your knees have to follow. So my toes are out a little bit, knees go out a little bit. I'm not like this, and I'm not like that, all right? I'm not a ballerina here. Same thing if you have a forward, straight hip posture, you're going to bend straight in line. You're not going to go like that. You're not going to go like that. All right? So if the overhead squat is weird or hard, or if you do have an upper body injury and holding this above head is irritating it, I like to bring it down right here. It mimics almost like a front squat. All right, next up, we're going to do a Romanian deadlift. So again, if you want to make it easier, you just have one side of the band underneath your feet, and you just down like that. Get a little more tension here. And then deadlift it up. So keeping a straight back, neutral spine, keeping your abs engaged, and on the way down, you want to just feel some tension in the hamstrings. That's how you know you're doing it right and you're working the hamstrings well. That's a little too easy for me, so what I'm going to do is double up. That's a simple solution that you can do for any exercise. Double that band up if it's too easy. Get a little more tension there. And there we go. That's a lot better. I can feel the tension pulling right now, and it's still there as I feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Some of you may ask how low you want to go. You realize I'm not going super low, just my hands getting just below my knees. That's where I feel a good enough stretch in the hamstrings. I don't want to pull a hamstring or start rounding my lower back, because I can go lower if I round my lower back, but then that's not doing me too good. Next up is a split squat. So same thing, you can do it front loaded or back loaded. I'll show you guys how it works back loaded. Just like this, take your split stance. Again, if you want to double up on the band, go for it. Definitely feel that a little more. All right. Or you can do a rear foot elevated split squat, Bulgarian split squat, whatever you want to call it. Right? This just ensures that a little more of the load is on that front foot as opposed to a regular split squat, which is pretty even, maybe 60% front, 40% back. Whoa. Remember, full range of motion if you can. If you're feeling anything in the knees, just like with the squats, sit that butt backwards and see if that helps. If it doesn't help, then just cut that exercise. Do whatever feels good. Again, this isn't true for every situation, but many situations where people feel the front of their knees, some sort of pain when they're squatting, can benefit from pushing all their load posteriorly to the back, getting the hamstrings and the glutes. Now, that won't necessarily fix your knee issue, but it's a way to still do lower body without irritating the issue. We can also do, for the glutes, a couple nice exercises. One, I'm sure you've seen these every day of your life on Instagram and YouTube, especially you ladies or guys who are looking to grow the booty. You want to take a neutral spine. It's really important that you keep the hips and the core nice and stable. I don't want to see you twisting and using your lower back to get range of motion here. We want to focus on the glutes. It's not that hard of an exercise, so really focus on that muscle group. You're just going to kick back and a little bit up. If you go too far up, you'll see that my lower back starts to round and twist a bit. Or sorry, arch, not round. So we just want to keep it tight. The next one is a banded glute bridge. You can literally hold this band down with your own power. So it's a bit of upper body holding it down, and then just doing your glute bridges. If you're feeling your lower back during this one, it means one, you're doing it wrong, and two, it means you're not even really using your glutes that much. We want to focus on those glutes. So one cue that helps a lot is making sure you're pinning the rib cage down to your hips, and that's going to engage your core. So we don't necessarily want you crunching up. That was over exaggerated, but you want to flatten that lower back on the ground, and you'll feel that your abs are on. Don't let go of that, and then thrust up. Should alleviate all of your irritation. All right, now I'm sure there's many, many more exercises that you can do for the lower body just with the band. But that should give you a good start on what to do if you want to focus on one at a time. There's no excuse to not get these exercises in on your own while you're at home during this quarantine, or even not during the quarantine. If you can't make it to the gym, a simple band will allow you to do so many things. And if you're really serious about strength and goals and that type of stuff, this will provide you some resistance that will help maintain your muscle mass and help your strength a little bit. Same thing with the people that are trying to lose weight. Any movement you can do under resistance is going to increase your metabolism, stimulate a little bit of the muscle tone look, better than having flat muscles. You're stimulating the muscles to work and recover and that type of stuff. So no excuses, get your workouts in. And if you're still having trouble with that, reach out to us, because that's really what we're here for. We help you with accountability. We help you with custom workouts made for you. We do all that type of stuff to make sure that you get to your goals as efficiently as possible, safely and quickly.